We've always said that.
I'm freaking out.
And we've always said that.
You're sick in the head.
We've always said that.
Aiden, I love you. I wanted you to have a part of
And
me.
we've always said that.
Do we look pretty?
You look so pretty, both of you guys.
Really?
Oh my god.
Don't ask me who looks prettier. I hate when people
Two
don't
pretty
do
best
that.
friends?
Yep.
Two pretty best friends.
Never seen anything like it.
You know what I love about our guy friends? And this
What?
was last night.
What?
We went out last night with some of our guy friends. And they are so hype beastie to us. They like love to gas us up.
Oh yeah.
There was, like,
chivalrous too.
They're lovely. And shout out to all of you guys. You know who
Shout
you are.
out to our freaking boys.
Our freaking boy
And you know what?
squad?
I don't do that a lot. I don't shout out boys a lot.
I know. I love. Yeah. And
They're
you
the-
sh- and
usually
you know
they're-
what?
Usually they
shouldn't.
are the enemy, but these specific group of men.
and the way that they treat us, I always feel like a queen.
Yeah.
And
And that's how they should.
they walked us to our car, both of us separately,
Yeah.
at the end of the night, give us a little kiss on the lips. Platonic.
Platonic kisses on the lips.
Platonic, just like a friendly kiss on the lips, just a
It's like a-
get home safe.
It was like when this reminds me when growing up, because my parents would kiss their like friends on the lips saying hello or goodbye.
That's not true.
That's
Yes, it was.
odd.
yeah, that's not real.
Yes, it was.
You dreamt that.
No. I think it was an Italian thing or something.
Just on the mouth.
yeah,
Like
they
a
would say
mwah.
hi and they go, mwah.
Wait,
Yes.
show me. No, I'm kidding.
Italian, sound off below. Is
No.
this
That's
No,
not. No,
I
it's a-
remember that
Italian
being
is
a
both
thing.
cheeks.
No, I know, but they would kiss on the lips.
and was this one particular friend?
No, it was
Your parents
all
were
of my.
swinging.
Right.
Oh, I don't know if they were cool enough for that.
Oh my god, I wish.
But no, our guy friends. I mean, you know.
Wait, can I tell you something that's a swinging divergence?
Yeah, and if you, by the way, if you guys hear me blowing my nose, like
Seasonal
mind your
allergies,
freaking business.
Yeah,
dog.
you guys need to pipe down because it's seasonal allergy. Oh yeah, ASMR into the
Oh,
mic.
yeah.
That's disgusting,
Oh,
dude.
I feel like I took it all.
Okay,
Do I have
so
something on my face. What? What?
see, this is the Fia that I
Seriously.
see. You know what I mean? It's these moments. Wait, okay. So when my parents moved, so when I graduated college, my parents moved to a bigger house because they just liked a house.
Upgrade.
But my friend,
Did they
Was-
flex on you a little bit, you think?
yeah, they were like, get the fuck out of here.
They were like, oh, you remember that old house?
Yeah, like, no, we're getting a bigger house. And so my friend was like, why are they getting a bigger house like when you're leaving? And I was like, I don't know, they just like liked the house. And she was like, they're swinging. She was like
Oh.
spreading a vicious rumor. She was like, your parents are swingers, that's why they need a bigger house.
That's
And I
kind
was
of
like,
my style.
you know what? No, that's not, no.
I think swinging is hilarious. I think more people should be doing it.
Should we try and do it when we're older?
Maybe.
Or do it now?
I mean, yeah. Doesn't it get a little boring after a couple
swinging.
of years? Get swinging.
Get like those Mormon wives and freaking swing.
No,
Not them.
not the Hey Mamas.
Those girls?
Yeah, those are the Mormons.
Yeah.
The Hey Mama.
They were swinging.
oh for sure. But back to our guy friends.
Yeah, back to our guy friends.
Last weekend, little update. I did go to a strip club.
Yeah, a guy friend took you to a strip club. I was not there.
A guy friend took me and my girls to the strip club, and
Which is crazy. How did that come about?
because we were all out, me and my girls were all out enjoying. It was two of my best friends that were from out of town, from my hometown, and they were in the city, and it was kind of like just like a spontaneous little night, and I left my apartment at like 10:30, so
that's
it was
PM, you guys.
late. And yeah, and then we met up with like our friends, and it was just, after a couple of drinks, people were like, strip club?
Who said strip club?
I don't know.
Whose
I think it was like one of
vocabulary
my
is that
friends.
in?
Honestly, it was one of my girlfriends. I really do think
Really?
it was.
It
Yeah.
usually is in these scenarios.
And then we all went and got a table. And I will tell you right now,
What does it mean to get a table at a strip club? I've never
it's
been.
like bottle service.
Okay. And then
Um,
do like strippers come over, or
Yeah,
is that
yeah,
that's separate?
Remember in Honora?
Yeah,
And like they
that's my
have their little
only-
bags. Like they have their little cash bags.
Yeah. They're
They
like
come over and they're like flirting with you.
awesome.
It's so sick. And they're like, sit down, baby. And like, you sit down and
Oh
they
my
just
God.
dance on you. And I'm like, I respect you.
You were saying that?
You know, I was like, listen to me right now. Like, look me in the eyes. Like, boobs in my face.
Yeah.
She's like,
she's shaking him at you, and then
and
you're
I
just
was
like, I respect you.
Hey, I know what's going on here, and I see you. And she's like, just shut up.
Yeah, you're like, sex work is real work. She's like, give me money. I don't care.
She's
about
like,
this.
shut the fuck up, bitch. Let me
She's
shake.
like, yeah, hands down.
But yeah, we were just tossing like ones.
So what did you learn?
I
at the strip
learned
club?
well one, this was the strip club that years ago, me and the same two girls that we went the other
Yes.
night, we got kicked out of 7 years ago. This was the exact same strip club we got kicked out 7 years ago.
Okay, 2 things on that.
Sure.
Okay. These are friends that whenever they come to the city, they go, let's go to the strip club?
For sure.
Okay, got it.
These
Just
are
getting
those
some context.
These are my homegirls that like I grew up with. I saw every awkward moment, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And now it's like when we get together, it's business. It's
So they're
strip
like,
club.
so it's strip club.
So, and by the way,
Makes sense to me.
Can I just say I respect a strip club. I think after that one, I'm good.
You check the box.
I think
But
I'm
that's
good.
like-
I don't need it again.
I've never been.
Unless it's like 11. Maybe if we're in Miami.
Okay, we're going to Miami. We will go to 11.
We'll be there until 7 a.m.
all night. Let's hit up Alex Earl. She'll take us
Sure.
out.
But what
Okay, yeah.
I did learn from it was just that.
Wait, sorry. First, why did you get kicked out?
Oh, when we went 7 years ago, we rolled pretty deep with like a group of 10 girls. And it's a gentleman's club. And I'm like, okay, guys, what are we doing? What do you mean? We go in, we're throwing money. I think like we were like all fresh 22. And we were there for one of our friends' birthday parties. And we all walk in, rolling deep, you know, fucking tossing it, right?
Hell yeah.
Learning the backstories of these girls. I remember this
Getting
one girl,
into it.
Diana, she was going to become a dental hygienist.
Thank
And
God. Do you think she
I
did
was
it?
like, you absolutely would rock that.
Yeah, you'd be so good
And
at that,
she's
Diana.
like, yeah, and she's like, again, she's like,
You at the
yeah,
club.
like that's what I want to do. It's
You at the
actually
strip
so
club, like,
amazing.
you would fucking kill dental
No,
hygienistry.
yeah. I can be your first patient. You can check if I have cavities right now.
Do you have a card? I want it so I can have you as my dental hygienist.
For real. But then all the girls kept coming up to us and neglecting all the men in the club. And so naturally, everyone got very jealous, and the security came over and they go, "Girls, you gotta go." And we were like everyone's like spread out like this, like there are literal women on top of us, and
Girls,
and we
you
were
gotta
like,
go.
"What?"
But you had money. I don't understand.
We were throwing money.
I don't get it.
And they were like, "It's a gentleman's club, and you're ruining it." And we were like,
You can't be gay here.
"Yeah, apparently." So
no
so
gay girls at the gentleman's club. All right,
They
fine.
fucking kick us out, and I was like, "This is discrimination." Like, what do you mean? They're like, "It's a gentleman's club." I'm like,
That's fucked up.
you know what I mean?
No, and
we
you
walk
and you
out-
tried to pummel them on site.
Yeah.
It was an on-site pummeling.
And we walk out, and then he goes, "Wait, but do you dance?"
Yo.
He dead ass. He was kicking me out,
That's like-
out, and then he goes, "But do you want a job?"
That's
and I was like,
oh wait, what'd you say?
I was like, I was flattered because I was 22, and I was like,
You're like, were you still a bottle girl at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like,
So you knew.
I do bottle service, and
You're
he
like,
was
I
like,
don't do that side of it.
yeah. I'm like, I just serve.
I don't take my clothes
Bottles.
off. I
I
come
don't take
kind
my
of
clothes
mostly
off.
naked.
But that was my strip club story. So it really was a full circle moment last weekend.
Yeah. No, that's like you getting recruited at the strip club is like
It's
when
really
you walk
nice.
when you go into Brandy Melville, when we used to go into Brandy Melville, and then you have like that one like beautiful surfer girl hot friend who just is like gets recruited.
No, that's Hollister you're thinking of.
No, I'm thinking of Brandy
Oh,
Melville.
I'm thinking of when you were in the mall and they were looking, or Abercrombie models.
That's they used to do that at
And they were
Abercrombie
like-
too. Like your 14-year-old friend.
They had like a clipboard and you'd walk by a couple times to see if they noticed you, but they didn't like ask you.
For me, I was not the type for either store. I was like, they wanted like blonde surfer. And then literally, I didn't even know it could happen. And then one time I was in college and I went to a Brandy Melville with my friend and one of the girls like came up to her and was like, "Hey, like, do you want to like work here?"
That's so sick.
And then I was like, "Oh my god, that's like crazy. They just did that to you." And my friend goes, "Oh yeah, they do that every time." And I was like,
dude, that's like what I would literally do in the mall with the Abercrombie people. And I would like walk by kind of like this. And they wouldn't
they
stop
didn't give
me.
a shit.
And then I would
Was
walk
that
by
when
again.
you had your curly hair?
This is when I was beat. Yes.
It was all hair and ears.
It was all hair and ears and chubby cheeks and a dream, you know. But then I do. Okay, well, this wasn't a topic, but I feel like we need to get into it now. Malls are dead, and it
know.
was
I bet you they're coming back.
beautiful time in our
Wait,
lives.
I have a question. Do you think their malls are dead, or do you think they're dead to us because we live
no,
in New
they're
York
dead.
City?
No, they're dead.
Like everywhere. They're dead.
Everywhere.
What about what about 13-year-olds? What are they doing?
They're like going on their phones and posting "Get ready with me."
Is that really?
Yeah.
Like they don't go out.
No, they Snapchat each other.
They
and they're
don't-
like,
But where do they walk? Do they go to town? We used to go to town.
they probably
Get
go to
froyo.
town.
Froyo is also not really a thing.
Well, we talked about that, but I think malls are dead, and I think they're dead to everybody. And because one time I went to a mall like last year, and it was like I felt like I was in the
Like a
Wild
freaking
West.
ghost town.
No, yeah, and all the stores are closed. I mean, we really lost the art of culture.
Where were you? What mall were you in? Like what part?
It was like upstate.
Oh, well, upstate's already kind of.
Yeah, but then I go home to Massachusetts
Same
and
thing.
like North Shore Mall.
Let me-
Shout out.
Let me take you. Sorry, Bert. Let me take you. Cut that.
Excuse you.
No, or keep it in. I don't know.
Keep it
I'm not like
in.
other
You
girls. I
gas-
can burp,
Keep
I
it
can
in
burp
you.
into the mic.
Keep it in, you gassy girl. My little Gigi. My little gassy girl. God, I love gassiness. Sorry, keep going with the mall stuff. God, I love a gassy girl.
We also talked about this last night.
What?
Like
Oh, I know.
farting in front of your partner. We can't, can we?
Are we jumping? Are we literally
We're jumping
leaping
in.
like lemurs?
Yeah.
Okay, let's finish the mall thing. Malls are dead.
Malls are dead.
If you think we can bring
I'll
back
take
malls,
you
let
to-
us know.
Yeah, comment below.
Gassy girls are back in. though. Bring back the gassy girls for real.
feel
I'm
like
so
girls-
sick of it.
Girls are being like people again, which I think is fun. I think that's exciting.
We're being considered again, which is huge.
No, like as like human beings, I think it's like, oh yeah, like you have a body and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Like I feel like that. I don't know if it's because we're getting older and
We-
so I'm no longer like,
we're not just.
or maybe it's just because I hang out with you a lot more and you're like kind of obsessed with farts.
Yeah, we were just talking to. We were last night,
We were talking to our guy friend.
and he was talking about his girlfriend and how she let one out.
This made me want to pummel him for real.
No, for real.
He acted like it was such a normal thing, and he was like, we talked about it and it was okay. And I was like, no, that's not okay. You tell it.
Well, he was talking about. He's like, it's so funny. She farted the other day, and I go, yeah, that is hilarious. And he was like, yeah, but I don't think she got my reaction wasn't what she wanted. I go, well, what was your reaction? And he was like, oh, just like that, right? He was just.
He
like,
said, no, it was worse. He said, so we're doing that now.
oh, so we're doing that now.
If my boyfriend who I loved said that to me, I'd literally take out a gun, shoot myself in the
hey.
Okay, sorry, I wouldn't.
No, but
I would take a knife and stab him. I don't know what I would do.
she was just like upset because she was like, well, I thought you would think it was cute.
Yeah, he meant it in earnest, I think, in his defense.
He
so
did.
let's not. He
No,
did
we're not-
genuinely mean like, oh, we've ascended in our relationship to a point where we feel this level of comfort. But if you say that in that way,
Don't. But she was like, I want you, like, he's like, well, how could I have reacted
Yeah.
better? What? And that's what we love about this guy. He's
yeah,
like,
he's a grower.
what can I learn? And she's like, did you say he's a grower?
Yeah,
You did
Emotional
get the
growth.
goodnight kiss, so
What?
No, this was a different one.
oh.
No, different guy.
Yeah.
But he was like, what could I have done better? And she was like, I want you to like embrace in it.
Yeah, like
basically.
be excited about
Be
it.
excited about it. And I get that.
Yeah, I've never. Can I say this? I don't think I've ever farted in front of a partner.
I used to like poop in front of my college boyfriend.
That's crazy.
Like we would go poop together.
Yeah, because you're kind of a fucking freak, Fia. And people don't like push back on your shenanigans.
How do you
People,
poop
like-
together?
Yeah,
What does that even
also,
Well, like
wait.
he'd come to the bathroom with me, dude, and like
And you'd be like, I have to take a shit.
well, I don't say it like that.
I'm gonna dump ski.
adult.
Want to come?
I'm an elegant queen. I go. I have to go poop.
And he goes,
We
I'm
go
coming.
to get. What just happened?
He drops everything he's doing.
Drops everything.
Runs.
No, it's not a
He's
kink.
like, let me in there.
It's not a kink.
Yeah, that's a level of intimacy that I never hope to achieve. I don't want to get there.
No,
With
now, but I
anyone.
was a child, so now
Now you're like, that's not.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
But do I want my person to embrace my farts?
I want someone to be okay with my body in all of its glory.
Because here's the thing: if you want to have a child with
well,
me,
that's what I was gonna say
like,
too.
yeah, I'm gonna be parting up a freaking storm.
Yeah, like when you're pregnant, it's like game over. When you have a baby come out of your body, it's like, yeah, okay.
but it's also like love me for
Relax.
me and all my farts.
One time, okay, I was on a first date and I told the guy that I was on the date with about how I had dysentery thrice, which is sort of a funny opening story. And he went, ew. And I was like, then you need to
Then
no.
go away.
We did not go on a second date. I was like, ew, you.
If you can't handle me in my dysentery thrice,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
you
don't
wanna,
ever handle
sorry,
me at
I'm
all.
in it for the long haul. So
and I'm gonna get dysentery thrice more.
Probably.
you know what?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna get dysentery whenever I want, and you're gonna have to deal with it.
This is feminism.
Yeah.
This is
God
dysentery.
forbid we go traveling, I eat something funky.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it again.
Oh, that happened to me in fucking Thailand.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. It's
Brother,
awful.
it's part of it.
I think you guys need to really like embrace the farts, and I think you guys should start saying farts like farts, because it's a little less cutting. I love to do something like that. I love to abbreviate, or I love to,
love to do
twist
that.
it around.
That's kind of your whole thing.
It's my shindig.
He loves to just sort of go into a voice,
I do, but
make up a word.
I really think like guys. Hey guys, you need to embrace your girly girls, gassy little farts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
Just do it. Because here's the thing. It's so apparent when you didn't grow up with sisters. It's so apparent.
You think that's what it is?
Yes. It's like you don't know about periods or period poops.
Hair in the drain.
Hair in the drain. We're disgusting beings sometimes. I
Well,
love it though.
We're humans and things happen.
What's the grossest thing you've ever done?
Good question. I mean, done? Like on purpose?
Well, what's happened to you?
What's happened to me? I mean, I've gotten I've had dysentery. Dysentery's got to be.
Yeah, it's up there.
Like, what tops that?
I'm trying to think.
Oh. Okay, no. The second time I got dysentery, I hooked up with a guy for the first time.
No, you
the
choose.
night before. So like, I don't know if you guys have ever had dysentery.
Nope.
So what it is, I was in Nepal, and we were just sort of at the mercy of whatever was happening to our bodies in that environment. And you're dealing with a microbiome out there that is so different from over here. So it's kind of a lawless wasteland in that sense. Anyway, so the second time I get dysentery, I hook up with this guy, and dysentery is sort of like an 8-hour sort of evolution. It starts with the worst stomach ache you've ever experienced in your life.
God.
And it just kind of stays and then gets worse until you start shitting water. Can I say that on the pod?
shitting water.
You know what? And it's funny and it's fine. So
It's like
basically,
hose. You're hosing out.
so, and the night before you get dysentery, when it like starts to evolve in your body, you can't sleep. So
I would imagine.
I hook up with this guy, and everything's fine. And then I'm like, oh, my stomach really hurts.
No way.
We're in bed together.
No
I sleep over with
way.
him. There is a bathroom connected to our room. Guys, this is so
You let
gnarly.
it rip?
This is so gnarly. So then it gets to like 5 a.m. I've not slept at all because I'm in so much pain.
Yeah.
And you can't really move because you're in so much pain. Because what's happening when you have dysentery is you are dying. Like it is actual
Like it's
death.
shutting down your organs.
Yeah, it's literally like your organs are shutting down. It's got bacteria in it that's attacking itself, and you're trying to just like get it out. So I Um, so I just go to the bathroom. It's connected to our room. I was like,
It is what it is.
it just literally is what.
Did you hit a faucet or something? Anything to try to
No, I don't know
just
what
went in there.
You know, luckily because it was
Wait,
just
I don't know what's the
literally,
gross
like,
part about the story. I thought you were gonna shit in the bed or something.
No. Thank
like
God,
I really
no.
thought like some juices were gonna
Dude,
flow
one
out.
time though,
Like,
so we all got to. So I was on a program with 24 other people.
wait, that was the story?
Oh, and then he put me in a taxi. My friends helped me get a taxi. He was really nice about it.
He was like, "Get the fuck out of here."
I never shit my pants the entire time.
Well, that's what I was waiting for.
Oh,
I was
no, I
waiting
didn't
for
shit
the
my pants.
punchline
Can you go
there.
back and shit your pants, please?
No, I didn't shit my pants. That's a source of pride to me.
No.
I just never did. But one of my friends, we were in a tent in the Himalayas for a month. It was 3 of us.
Shout out Pink Himalayan Salt.
Facts.
And thank you for that. Let's go. Didn't have any when I was up there. I don't know where that.
Fucked up.
Okay, so we're in a tent on a roof. Anyway, and we're sleeping just sleeping bags like sausages in this tent, like just next to each other. My friend gets dysentery while we're up there. I got it like a few days later again for the 3rd time. And so we wake up in the morning. She just turns to us. She goes, "I
No.
pooped my pants."
She pooped the sleeping bag. That's kind of the best scenario. It's kind
we
of the
just
best.
go, "Oh." She
Contained.
goes, "Yeah." Like we were just like, "Sorry." Because at
It's,
that point,
it's like I'm just a baby.
we all
Sorry.
had dysentery so many times. We were all just like, "That sucks."
It's not like a big deal anymore.
No.
It's just it is. It's natural.
It just like is what it is. Actually,
It is what it is. The body does what it does. I mean, it's pretty magnificent. And I really think, again, if we peel it back, if you think about it in a medical way,
yeah.
everybody goes through shit like this. No pun intended.
No pun
Okay.
intended. Yeah.
Well, I'm really glad you're okay now. And
yeah, I miss it. Sometimes I miss dysentery.
don't say that.
It was awesome. I thought I was dead. Like it was crazy. I went to the second time I had dysentery when I like go to the hospital. I was on an IV drip for 8 hours.
Yeah.
So they would test you for dysentery, and so the doctor though, he was like a Jeopardy host. He was like Oprah. His energy. It was so funny. You'd be like in the worst pain of your life. You're like, "I have dysentery. I think I'm gonna die." And then they'd put you in like a hospital room, and then he would come into the room and he'd be like, "Just what I thought, dysentery."
Well, because you know what? When they figure it out, it's a huge
Yeah.
win.
He's like, "You have dysentery. You have dysentery. You have dysentery."
But also, if you're gonna be the diarrhea doctor, you should be able to do that.
Yeah, he got a lot.
Yeah,
He got a
yeah.
kick out of it. It was really fun. It honestly made my day better.
I'm really glad.
And then you just take antibiotics and it's over. It's
So-
awesome.
thank
Antibiotics
God.
are incredible.
I love antibiotics.
You
Oh my
guys.
God, shout out.
Can you believe it?
Well, that leads into another topic we wanted to talk about today. Overdicking it. I feel like a lot of the things that we're talking about today has to do with the bod.
This is a
It's a lower
episode.
half body
This
episode.
is the body episode.
This is the anatomy
But
episode.
overdicking it has nothing to do with bodies.
No, I know. I just didn't know
It's
how
a
to make the.
metaphor.
You know what? I didn't know how to bridge the gap.
Okay, no. You're right. Okay. This is
And
important.
I have allergies. You know.
And like everything's happening to all of us. We're just girls. You overdicked last night.
Oh my God, yeah.
So we were going to this event last night. Actually, I'll say what it was. It was JP Sax's album release party.
Yeah.
Hey.
We went and saw his concert, but I only saw like the very end because I was coming back from New Hampshire because Max Zavadow dragged me to New Hampshire to film 3 seconds of a TikTok. So coming at you soon. Just worth like the 9-hour round trip.
But
Anyway. But I was like running late because I was coming literally from New Hampshire. And Fia was coming from
I was not.
Bushwick.
I was coming from Bushwick.
So we were trying to like line up our timing, but I was just like, I'm gonna get home, dump my stuff, and just run over there. And I was like, Fia, I'll be there at 9:30, and she did not believe me. And then
Because I haven't
I
believed
know.
anything you've
lately
said
I've been
lately.
wrong. And
You've
you're
been
right.
dead ass an hour late before
When?
that event. You said I'll be there in 10 minutes. It was 42 minutes later you got there.
That's
Damn.
bad.
Yeah,
She threw the 2 in there.
You knew exactly.
I did.
That's brutal.
I did.
It hurt.
I wouldn't have eaten that whole muffin either if it was for you. Remember? Because my stomach hurt because I ate that muffin. And I was
Yeah.
like, I was waiting.
That was
so
a
I'd
fun
never-
event. I love that tote bag.
Really?
I just love the
Okay,
tote
okay.
bag.
Back up. Overdicking
It's a classic.
is what happened. last night
Yes.
with me. That's what she's trying to get to here. We went to an event. We had a time frame to go to the event. I overdicked it, meaning I was ready, I was set, I was going, and then I killed time. I just was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm good. It's going to take me this amount of time, blah, blah, blah. And I got busy. And then I realized the time and I was like, I overdicked it.
You got there like 15 minutes after me.
I missed the entire show.
Missed the whole thing. I saw the last like 5 minutes of it. You missed the whole thing.
I missed the entire thing.
But
and I felt terrible.
Hey, and that's okay. JP was still
Did you guys with him or?
No,
we
he
missed.
We
He
missed
said,
it.
you know what he
It
said
was
to us
really
after,
bad.
which is so brutal.
Yeah.
He said it was this intimate concert with like all of his like really diehard fans, and he invited us, and it was really beautiful. It was on the water tower of the Arlo Hotel, and it was actually like very moving because it was like he was playing music just with his piano, and anyway, he saved Smartphone Make Me Dumb. We told him initially we were going to be like a bit late. He saved Smartphone Make Me Dumb until the second to last song. He waited as long as he could so that we would see it.
And
That's
you
literally
didn't.
And we
Neither of you
missed
saw
it.
Damn.
And that's on us. And we're sorry, JP.
JP, this is our formal apology. We love you. Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you so much for
And
having
congrats
us.
on the
And your friends
album.
are sick and they're so fun.
Yeah.
So overdicking is also a term from the movie Set It Up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. It is. It is.
And they, like-
which is weirdly a good movie.
It's an incredible movie.
Incredible movie. I tried to watch it and I was like, I think I turned it off. And then Max Avidow was like, no, it's a really good
it's
movie.
good.
Like, actually watch it. And
I
was
love
like,
their
really-
chemistry.
It's something about the name of the movie really is like, it sounds really cheesy, but it's actually so funny.
Well, it is cheesy, but
It
it's
is cheesy,
so
but it's really
done.
well written.
Mhm.
The jokes are
They're-
there.
Their dialogue together, their chemistry, they're just very natural. I
Yeah.
was like, I ship it. I want it.
I want what they have.
What's another couple, movie or show couple that you really ship that you wanted them to be together in real life, but they're not? I got one.
Normal People.
Oh, true.
That was like electric.
Daisy and Paul.
And Paul, except obviously, like, I want to be with Paul Mescal. Like, that's insane. He's phenomenal in that.
You know what? I'm gonna say something about Paul Mesk. Hopefully he's not listening.
Paul, turn this off. Okay, this isn't for you.
Paul, don't listen to this.
Paul, we want to talk about you behind your back. Just let us.
I know he would hurt me. Not
Oh my
like,
God.
Jeez.
He
like-
would no. I know exactly what you mean.
Like
he would shatter my heart.
ruin my life.
He would ruin
in
my
the
life, and I'd be
worst
like,
way.
yeah, I'd be like, get over here, ruin my.
It's
life.
so annoying. Like, it's really annoying when you can pinpoint like a man and you're like,
Yeah.
that guy would truly
Wreck
decapitate
me.
my whole entire system.
Yeah, because you'd fall in love with him, and he would be so good. He'd be so
And
good.
he would
at
just be
that.
like, what do you mean? And then you're like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
what do you mean? And like, I can do an Irish accent, but I want to try. What do you mean? Is that good?
Mm-mm.
No.
Let me think of another thing that he would say to me. He would be like,
what do you mean?
no, that's British.
Mhm.
What is he?
Irish. He's Irish.
You're
He's Irish.
right.
Is that good?
I've never heard-
No.
Oh, that was better.
Better.
Is it Irish?
That was
Nope.
closer. Closer. No, you're getting.
I'm scared.
I can't believe that I talked about dysentery for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, we got into it.
Yeah, that was like a bit much, I feel.
No,
It's fine.
It's fine. People
Guys,
love that shit.
I'm having like the Sunday scaries about how much I talked about dysentery.
I had the Sunday scaries after the strip club
Did you really? Why?
because I woke up and I felt bad.
Like because of drinking or because of what?
I think it was all of it, and I just felt bad for them. And I don't mean to feel bad for them because I know that they're willingly there and they're doing it, and I get it. But it just like made me sad.
Which part?
Well, I was downstairs taking out dollar bills, and the girl, one of the dancers, was like,
She was like,
that one.
That was great.
One of the dancers was like, I was downstairs taking out the bills, and there was a guy behind me, and there was a dancer with him, and like basically she was there to watch him take the money out and give it to her, right? So I took my money out first, and then he went, and then my friend went, and basically like he handed her the money, They kissed on the cheek. And then he goes upstairs and she then goes into the back and she goes, I have to go drink this off. She literally said that.
Oh.
And I was like,
Oh.
we gotta go. I know. It was really dark.
You didn't throw some dollars first?
No, because she
That's
left. She like
dark.
chugged her drink. And I was like, this is like really not a good vibe. I just didn't even go fishing and I just caught a vibe of that. It was so bad. Chris loves my little bits today. And then I had to go upstairs like nothing happened. And then she came to our section. And I was like,
No.
I wanted to be like,
no.
Because it's like a
Take
bad day
take
at
a day.
work for them has a whole different
meaning.
meaning. That's
But you know what? I respect them, and sex
Yeah.
work is sex work.
sex work
Is
you know
stripping
what's-
sex work?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what's scary about that is
Was bottle service sex work?
yeah. No.
No.
Because
I was just a
offering-
sexy bartender.
Yeah, you were a sexy bartender. It was borderline. If you took off like one more item of clothing, you'd basically
Well,
be a
I only
sex
had
worker.
one piece of clothing on.
Right. If you just showed a nip, if you flashed a little. No, yeah. I think what's scary about sex work stuff, like being a woman in that, is that you're dealing with predominantly, if not exclusively, men. And I'm so scared of men.
Oh, want to know something else? I got noticed at the strip.
Shut up. Someone was like, I
People came
recognize
up to
you.
me. I'm getting. This was
Which-
what I wanted to tell you. I forgot. 2 times. 2 of these girls, not dancers, regular like goers.
Oh, for a second I thought you were thinking
One
that
of them.
the guys.
One of them.
at
No,
the strip
thank
club.
God. It was girls at the strip club who were just goers. Like they
Yeah,
were just
attending.
attending. I'm in the middle. Somebody is giving me a lap dance.
Hilarious.
I am like this.
Fia getting a lap dance.
No, I'm literally like a starfish. Like this. This girl goes, hey, and I'm like, and she goes, I love your stuff, and I'm
You're getting titties on you.
like,
She's like, she's like the girl under all those tits.
You're
I
getting
know her.
motorboated. You're like, thanks.
I have to be, but I'm like, I have to be like super sweet. I mean, of course I am, but like, I'm like, this is not the time.
That's crazy.
It was so funny.
That's
She's like,
really
I
funny,
love your
though.
stuff.
No, honestly,
And I was
kind
like-
of love her for saying
No, and I
something.
love her for saying that.
That's really funny.
It was
That's a really
so
funny,
funny.
time and a really funny
I was like,
opportunity.
the next time you see me, I don't know what it's gonna be, but it was hilarious, and I was like, strip club.
Strip club. But now I'm never gonna go if you're never going back.
I just don't think I'll ever go back to Sapphire.
I was gonna ask where it is.
That specific one.
Yeah, and that was again the one that I got kicked out of. So it's like
Right. So it's kind of like
I've
you
equaled
go way
out.
back.
I've equaled out now.
Yeah.
I got kicked out. I went in.
You're
And
net
then-
neutral.
And then they were like, shoot, we closed the joint out. Okay, we closed it out. It was like 4:00 in the morning. And then the girls were like, the girls being the dancers, they were like, should we go upstairs?
And you're like, no.
I was like, that's where I go home.
Yeah. Did anyone else go upstairs?
No, everyone was like, should we? Should we? I
And you're
was
like, no. You're good at calling it a night.
I gotta go home.
Last night you called it a night right at the time I needed you to.
Thank you.
I'm terrible at calling it a night, but if Fia's with me and she's like, time to go, I go, yup.
I did that too when we were like getting kind of bombarded when when we were getting bombarded at that first bar by those people. And I was like, oh, we have to leave. Like, we have to just
yeah.
get out of here now.
Yeah. Well, there were
It-
some people that were like drunk and not taking a hint. But you're just, I trust your gut so much more. I'll entertain like a bad situation for way longer than you will.
I know.
Does that scare you?
Yeah, when I'm not around you, yeah.
Oh, you know what's funny
Because if I am
too?
around you, I will
then
say,
you'll just like get me
let's-
out of there.
Yeah.
And I also know that you're there to like scoop me up. But I don't know, something about it. I love talking to
Bad people.
bad people because I can recognize that they're bad people. And then I just
You
am like,
can?
yeah, I know that they are, and I'm just like,
But
what
then
are
you
you
just
gonna
wanna
say
stay?
next?
Oh.
I'm just like curious. Last night we were at the bar and I literally asked this guy who was like a finance guy. And I was like, what's the worst thing you've ever done?
You said that?
Yeah, because I just wanted to know what he
Was
would
this
say.
to Hugh Grant?
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, we called this guy Hugh Grant.
He looked like Hugh Grant. Shout out. He was too handsome in a way that I didn't trust.
in like a decrepit, handsome way.
Yeah.
Because
Hugh.
Hugh Grant is kind of, you know what I mean? Like Hugh Grant is kind of
British.
Decrepit's
It was
just a
giving like
funny word.
British.
yeah.
Decrepit's too strong of a
Can-
term. He was in good shape.
His back looked a little.
Oh, because he's working.
Well,
at
that's
a
what
desk.
the Hugh Grant thing. Like Hugh Grant's kind of
kind
like,
of. Oh yeah, he
he
doesn't
kind of
like.
just like.
He's not a shoulders back kind of guy.
No. He's like,
But I think our
would you
Hugh.
like that book?
Okay. Our Hugh Grant was a little more like shoulders back.
No.
Don't you think? Maybe I didn't see him from the right
That's why I
angle.
think he looked like Hugh Grant because
of
of
the-
his posture.
Oh.
Can you say some of the atrocities that he did or no?
Oh yeah, what happened? What was the
Oh,
worst
he said
thing
that
he did?
he just like did Molly one time and it was.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, and he said it was meth. He didn't say it was meth. I
Well,
said it was
Molly
meth.
is meth,
He
is
said
it not?
No, it like is, but sometimes it's like meth.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's
Yep.
supposed to be MDMA.
Methamphetamine.
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 It's amphetamine.
How do you say that?
Methamphetamine.
Methamphibian.
Methamphetamine.
Amphetamine.
Say it again one more time.
Methamphetamine.
Methamphetamine. Am I saying it right?
No.
Say femininomenon.
Femininomenon. But say methamphetamine. Say it one more time so I can get it right.
Methamphetamine.
Methamphetamine.
No,
Yes.
Okay.
It sounded like an and in there.
Well, my question was
Amph.
is
Amph.
and a part of is it a
Meth-
hyphen?
No.
Is it
and
hyphen?
Methamphetamine.
Methamphetamine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're there.
There you go.
You got it.
So
Just
he
practice in
did
the mirror a few times.
methamphetamine.
He didn't say that. He just said he like did a bad drug and it just like, whatever. He just had a bad time on it. And then I asked the guy he was
And when
with.
he killed that guy.
Yeah, no, literally. And I asked the guy he was with what the worst thing he's ever done was.
Right.
And he said, well, I hurt someone I didn't mean to hurt, like,
Whoa.
which is right. But that's the right answer.
Physically?
No, like emotionally. Like like when you accidentally,
Yeah, no, I get it.
when you
Both of these
break
guys
up
have done something much worse
I
than
don't
those
know.
The
things.
second guy, though, I trust way more because he was admitting to an actual like fault and regret.
So he specified what it was. Is what you're saying?
I didn't know. We didn't get into it.
Yeah,
We
these
started-
guys are monsters. I can hear
No,
it.
but the
These
first
are the
guy's a
cop-out
monster.
answers.
If you're saying that's the worst thing you've ever done, like doing a drug that didn't go well, that's not the worst thing you've ever done.
Yeah.
Like that's like the
that was a person in a hit and run
answer.
situation.
Yeah, that guy has actually like
Bodies.
yeah, he has bodies in his basement. Like that's
I
why I
wouldn't
don't
even
trust
say
you.
I wouldn't even say basement. I would just say like bodies
like on his
like
floor.
on the roster
Oh,
of like
on
people
the
he's
roster.
ruined.
No, yeah, that's kind of the sense I was getting. But he was too suave. And he was looking at me so intently and like with the fire of 1,000 suns. Which
But
I
he
kept
didn't-
I
but
kept
he didn't-
saying that to him. I kept being like, you're looking at me like
You said the fire is
Yeah.
Thousand Suns thing
Did
too?
you
said
say
I
that?
said
And
it
what
to
did
him.
he say?
And
He's
he
like,
was
"You want some meth?"
"Haha."
It's the meth. That's what helps me
And
do
then
it.
he was like, haha, do you want me to? He was like, and then he Hugh Granted out of it. But he didn't ask for my number.
That was a bitch move.
I know. Do men? I feel like men don't. You have to go.
You-
You have to like really hand it to them. Do you feel that, or is that just like a me thing?
I don't know. I don't really like.
Well, you're not doing that
I don't do that. But like,
right now.
do people ask me for my number?
When you're having a good conversation with a guy at a bar,
Okay.
would you initiate like, oh, here's my Instagram, or like kind of open the door, like exchange information, or do you just wait?
It depends. When I was on my date with Jeff, I was like, I literally at the end of that date, I go, are you going to ask me for my number?
Oh yeah,
So it kind of depends.
it does depend.
But
Sometimes I'm like
sometimes there's-
annoyed at them for not asking, and then sometimes with someone like Jeff, it's like he's a sweetie pie.
Right.
So it's like a different.
Yeah, he was like, I was gonna.
Yeah.
I
Aww.
was like, well, fucking let's go.
Yeah, and then it's
dog."
just like give them the opportunity because it's like you can tell they want to, and it's like, and then some guys I'm like, do you want it?
But some people will be like so cool with it and so suave, and they'll be like, haha, yeah, okay, let me get your number. Like they'll just
Yeah.
sneak it in. Like
The last time a guy asked me for my number was like a few months ago, and he actually kind of like chased after me.
as
Like,
he should.
Yeah, and that's what I want.
You need somebody obsessed with you.
I know.
Like in all elements.
How are we gonna get that?
They just kind of fall into your lap. They
well,
will
yeah,
follow
because they're
you.
obsessed. I don't know if we can get into this, but so when you're in the public eye a little bit, like when you do like I'm a comedian, like I put myself out there, like people know me more than I know them.
Yeah, so that's no, for sure.
And then that sets it like so the obsession thing sometimes feels inauthentic to me. Like before I was online, I felt like when guys were obsessed with me, I was like,
yes and no. I think I get where you're going, but you as an individual have to sort that out and see what's
Instead of-
authentic and what's not.
yeah.
Because
It's not like parasocial obsession. It's like,
if he was following me, he knew who I was before I knew he was.
yes. But that's also different because you guys are in the same industry.
That's true.
That does
Okay.
even it
That's
out.
true.
That's like a different playing field.
Okay. I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
But I have also dated people or gone on dates with people who weren't in the same industry, but who knew who I was. And that was a
And it was
mistake.
fine. Oh. And it was a mistake.
But I learned from it. And I think, again, this is where you're going to just you're just going to divvy it up. And you're
Yeah.
going to be like, okay, this is weird or this is not.
I've also I've had successful sort of like dalliances with men who have DM'd me before, like
Yeah.
who knew who I was before I knew who they were, and like found me and they were just like, I want to ask you out.
I want to freaking get some dysentery with you.
Yeah, and they were like, let's get dysentery together, and I was like, yeah.
I think that's how it should be.
All I want is a guy
Hey,
obsessed with me. We can
cleans
get
up cleans up my dysentery.
No. Ew. See, like I'm gross. That's gross.
Love is love. Love is love. If you're not picking up my stuff,
Ew, Fia. Ew.
that's like what it is. I'm sorry. That's fucking life.
That's not life.
If you're not cleaning it up.
No. There's no need to clean it up. It's not anywhere.
Okay. Well, what if it is?
Sometimes it gets places.
Have
Did you
had
hear my
dysentery?
stomach? Did
I've
you hear
never
my
had-
stomach right there?
Dysentery.
I'm hungry.
You've never had it?
No.
I had
I think
Bali
we should all
belly.
get it.
No,
You've had
don't
it.
say that. I had Bali belly. So I guess I don't know if that's the same
It's
thing.
the same. It's like
Oh,
a
it was
similar,
fucking
comparable.
dude, that was so bad. And then I still got dumped.
Oh, you got dumped after.
Brother.
I got dumped during.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of it? Maybe that was why. Maybe you didn't want to clean up your
No,
stuff.
I got dumped before, and then I got it, and then I was like, I'm in the middle of this breakup, and
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 I'm
I'm
fighting for my life.
fighting for my life.
Wait, okay. So my guy though, when I had the dis,
Mm.
he fell in love with me even harder after that. Because he liked me already.
I don't know.
No, it's true.
I don't know though.
What do you mean?
Like,
Where
is it
he
a good
now?
sign?
When you
Do you think it was a good sign?
Yeah. When you like someone, that's not gonna throw you.
I'm not saying it's gonna throw you, but liking them or just be the way that she's shitting right now.
No, not because of that, because he could take care of me.
Oh,
Okay.
he
All right.
had
And he
a
brought me my
caring
laundry
complex.
and he was really sweet. He wanted to be step
Yeah,
up.
that's fine.
He visited me on my deathbed.
That's great.
Helped me get a taxi. He
He
enjoyed
put a
being
diaper
there for
on
me.
you.
None of that. I didn't shit my pants, guys. It's never
It's
happened.
okay if you did.
I also never puked. Isn't that weird?
That is weird from dysentery.
Yeah, but dysentery is more just one direction. Actually, no. I think some people can have. Anyway, doesn't matter. The point is, if you don't love me at my dysentery, no. This is a fun story. So one of my friends. Wait, no. Last thing. One of my friends. She was in a relationship with her boyfriend in college, and they both got food poisoning together when they were away. And that
See,
was
that's
the first.
sweet, I think.
I can't even
That
talk
was the
about
first
this.
time they said "I love you."
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah.
That's
because
sweet,
they were
I think.
both puking over the toilet.
that's what-
and then that's when you realize that
Fear-
you
They're holding
really
hands.
love
Yeah,
each other.
that's nice.
Fear
'Cause-
brings people together.
Yeah. They trauma bonded. And they really loved each other. They were a nice relationship.
I love that. And I love that we can talk about this openly together.
Because we all have human bodies.
To end the pod.
To end the pod, if you're a guy and you were listening to this, I'm really sorry.
Also, wait, why are we apologizing to them?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
You gotta stop doing that.
Really?
You gotta stop. I don't apologize to like anybody, let alone like guys
Okay.
that we don't know.
I know, but I feel like I just. All right, fine.
We're only nice to people who are nice to us. I'm just kidding. Be nice to everybody.
I hope I made you laugh with my dysentery woes. I'd love to
People
talk
did
about
laugh. I'm sure of it. The one thing I will leave
Okay,
with this week,
hit me in the face.
we gotta cancel Katy Perry. We gotta cancel those gals.
Dude, that was so funny. The picture of her
With the
floating in
flower.
space with the daisy.
It's really scary.
Literally, like, just lights off no one's home. In fact, you've seen this?
Yeah.
Her
And she
floating.
comes- so.
And she's
it's
like,
really
wait, let's put it up.
yeah.
Insane.
Why'd she have the daisy? What was the thing
It
with
was
that?
her daughter is named Daisy. And then
Oh.
she had like a whole speech about how like daisies are like a common flower, but they're like beautiful or some shit. I don't know. And I was like, brother, her
It's
like
not necessary in this
yeah,
climate.
they're in space for like shorter than
11
an
minutes.
Uber wait time. And it's like you can't do this. It's like you went on a roller coaster, my guys. Like, and they're like, this was like a huge step.
As
For
women.
like for women, hold space for women. Is that what they said? What'd they say?
I don't
Something
know,
like
but
Something
it
along
makes
those
me
lines.
actually quite sick to be putting
They're-
in that fucking money to whatever
That.
the fuck that was.
They're also weaponizing feminism.
I don't know.
Like
It's
what?
honest. It's
the
it
most
truly
out of
pissed me.
touch.
It pissed me off so bad.
I
And
know.
and I also just think like in the climate and where we are today, people can't afford fucking groceries, and you're
Yeah, the
sending.
economy was literally tanking. Everyone's like kind of scared for their legit lives.
There's no middle class, and we're sending up like 6 women to fucking space. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
And they're just like, this was so, I feel love. You feel love? No one has health insurance.
Bill Burr was like, "How about we pay the drivers? How about we pay the drivers that are fucking striking? Like, we gotta send the women to space."
Yeah, that's so
Did you see
funny.
Bezos like faceplant?
Yeah, I
I
did.
hope-
he
I
was like
didn't.
he was like trying to run to get to the
Good.
not module, whatever, like to open it because his girlfriend was in there.
No matter how much you like
Yeah.
give a man like testosterone and whatever the fuck else he's
Yeah.
on, still a dork. He's still a dork.
I
He's
know.
still just a bald
You know
guy.
what's you know what's also yeah, he's still just a bald guy that like I don't know found a woman I don't know and like they all got like blowouts and like glam before they went to fucking space and they're like we're astronauts. I'm like
Space
you're
glam.
not astronauts. You're just not.
It really just
Astronauts
pisses me off.
Astronauts are literally scientists. They like study and they do stuff and then they're just like I'm a plastic bag in space. There's a Katy Perry reference.
I know. And
Do
I
you like
hate it. I hate them. I hate them. Sorry. I know that sounds so
Apparently
strong.
there's tea with one of the women, Gail King. She like didn't like it.
She should have never done that.
I know.
Her
But I wanna know.
all their publicists hate them. Anyways, we're
But-
gonna leave you guys with that.
That we support women except for whatever the fuck that was.
We do support women and we support absolute feminism, but that was not an act of feminism. Like that was
No.
just the weirdest way to go about.
And what do they also they're like this is important for like space like for Earth. What how? Say one reason how.
I think $11 million went into
That?
that. Out
I'm
of-
surprised it's not more.
It might have been more. I could have read.
Is that
something else.
just the literal like trip up and down was 11
I
million?
believe, yeah.
Yeah, because there's probably way more like going into all of the research and whatever the fuck.
I just think that
Which,
like
like-
that was just a complete waste, and we could have put that maybe to health insurance or food,
Paying Amazon drivers,
paying
paying
Amazon drivers.
literally anyone.
Sorry to plummet that.
I know, but it was just like
We had to talk
truly-
about. I had
Yeah.
to say something.
You know what it
pisses me
really
off so much.
reminded me of? It was, in school
So-
we were learning
it's
about
so
the Gilded
tone
Age,
deaf.
like the turn of the century when it was like the Rockefellers and all
Mm.
that. We're there again.
It's
That's
really we're
fully
in a
where we're at.
weird pivoting moment of like
Yeah,
history right now.
right.
We're in the midst of it. It's really crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of volatility.
Anyways, guys, make sure you read. Make sure you read. Don't
Read.
forget to read. Bring back reading.
And read like a lot of different
Sources.
source material
Yes.
things. Like that's the only if you're reading one thing, you will get one perspective. It's important to even and this is my one thing I will die on. It's important to even if you disagree with the other side,
Read it.
read it, try your best to
Try
understand,
to understand it. I mean, sometimes it's very difficult.
Yeah. And like you can only get that if you're hearing from both sides.
Sure.
But I think it's an important thing to be a member of society and understand multiple perspectives. And if you're confused about something, you're like, how could anyone think that? It's probably because you're hearing only one side of it. You need to hear the other side so you can at least understand it. So pay attention to your own confusion. That would be my tip.
That's a good tip. And you know what? We love you guys.
We love you. What's coming up?
Greenish Room. I got the next episode coming out in the next couple of weeks with Flip Turn.
Woo!
I'm going to Nashville for some meetings,
Music
some
stuff.
writing sessions. Yeah, we're trying to get the ball
Cooking.
rolling
You're
with the
cooking.
next songs and
Let's
EP.
go.
So, what about you?
I have a New York City show. I have a couple New York City shows coming up. Check out my website, yvettesegan.com, or my Instagram or for those dates on April 26th and May 9th
Nice.
on the Lower East Side. And then I'm going to London June 4th.
Cheerio.
Get
And
your
it-
tickets. Those tickets are going really
it.
fast. So if you want to come, you have to buy them right now. And then Chicago in July.
So fun. So proud of you.
Thank you.
And guess what?
We've always said that.